Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm your host, Raylene Marks, and let's take a look at the top stories making headlines in Israel. The IDF announced yesterday that they had uncovered a factory being used by Hezbollah in southern Lebanon to produce and to hide ballistic missiles. Now, Hezbollah is an Iranian-sponsored proxy. We have Hezbollah in the north, Hamas in the south, and tensions have been rising, as we've seen throughout the course of the last 2 weeks, between Israel and Hezbollah. Now, the IDF have uncovered this facility that's in the south of Lebanon, very close to the village of Nabi Sheet. And what we do know, what has been cleared by the military censors, that this is a facility that was established some years ago by Iran, and they have now published pictures, which you can go on the internet, you can see for yourself just how dangerous Hezbollah is, not only for Israel but also for the region. And there are several states that have designated Hezbollah a terrorist organization, one of the most recent ones being Paraguay. In the past, many countries used to refer to Hezbollah as a guerrilla organization, but this is changing. The world is starting to realize just what a threat Iran and their proxies pose, not just to the region, but to the whole world. In other news, Israel has dispatched a team of firefighters and search and rescue personnel to Brazil to help with recovery and firefighting efforts as fires continue to ravage the Amazon forest. The Amazon forest is the lungs of the planet, and to see this very, very precious area just devastated by these fires is very, very painful for all of us to see. So this is the second time in recent history that Israel has sent humanitarian aid, and firefighters will help with fighting the blaze but also search and rescue. Israel has also dispatched a team of experts who will work with Brazilian authorities to see how best the country can recover from this terrible, terrible disaster. Israel is no stranger to offering countries humanitarian aid. In fact, Israel also offers humanitarian aid to countries who we don't have formal diplomatic ties with. Israel has also been recognized by the United Nations for its superb efforts in the field of humanitarian work, as well as our IDF. Yes, the Israel Defense Forces have also been recognized by the United Nations for their ability to conduct themselves in a humanitarian situation. And this is not the only area where Israel is dispatching humanitarian aid. Israel Aid, which is a non-governmental organization, as we speak, is preparing for their emergency support aid to the Bahamas that has been ravaged by Hurricane Dorian. And our thoughts, our prayers are with everybody affected by, I think it is now a level 5 hurricane, and our prayers are that there will be as little loss of life as humanly possible. But Israel Aid are there to give much needed humanitarian assistance on the ground, as well as to help with another area that many seem to forget after we've moved on, and that is the issue of post-traumatic stress counseling. And this is just one of the support structures offered by Israel Aid, really an extraordinary organization. And in final news, Special Assistant to US President Donald Trump, Jason Greenblatt, who is no stranger to the Middle East at all, has written a letter to the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres asking him to please put the pressure on Hamas to release the remains of fallen Israeli soldiers Hadar Golden and Oron Shaul, as well as 2 Israeli captives who are being held by the terror organizations. That's Avram Mengistu and Hisham al-Fayyad. They're 2 Israelis. They have been held captive by Hamas for several years. And Jason Greenblatt is asking the UN to please continue with the pressure. This is not humanitarian at all. Please return them safely to their families, and also to please return the remains of our 2 soldiers so that they can be buried as befits the dignity of the two soldiers, and as well as keeping with Jewish tradition. And these are today's top stories. If you want to read more about what's going on and also just celebrate our first birthday with us, check out our website at www.layoftheland.online. That's www.layoftheland.online. You can read about how many remote workers around the world are trying to get their touring in as well as their work in, and are now taking to kibbutzim. Check that out. It's a very, very interesting new program. You can still work. You can still work remotely while experiencing kibbutz life. So start your day by milking a cow and then make those $1 million deals. Also, don't forget to check out our Facebook page. You can like us, you can follow us. We're at Lottel's site, and while you're there, you can pop us a happy birthday message. We do love hearing from you. And if that's not enough, if you like your Israel brief and you want to watch it over and over again, can't say I blame you. You can do that via our YouTube channel, The Israel Brief. Like us and subscribe. And if that's not enough, you can also share the brief via Facebook. So I'm Raylene Marks with your Hump Day edition of the Israel Brief, and we'll chat again tomorrow.